back here and then I'll walk up there. Hi everyone, we're live. It's Kristen from Valley Pools, your local pool girl. I'm going to show you today how to do leak prevention and what to do if you spring a leak anywhere in your pool. I'm a little bit out of breath because we were gathering supplies. Hi Katie. I thought I had some things at home and I didn't, which is the number one tip for leak prevention. Make sure you have all of this at your house because you never know when you're going to spring a leak. And now I need to go and get Teflon tape because I don't have any. Hi Joe. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to start here in a couple minutes. This is going to be a very quick lesson today. I'm going to show you a couple products that'll help you with your leak protection and help you solve any leaking in the pool. And my backyard right now is so noisy. There's a bunch of kids on quads and dirt bikes running up and down my road, and my neighbor is cutting his grass again. I think he knows when I'm going to do these and he cuts his grass. I love him, but he's cutting his grass right now. Hi everyone! Just so you know, at the end of this video, whoever has been watching and makes a comment during the video, I'm going to pick one lucky winner and you're going to get a Valley Pools kind of a fun pack, and I'll mail it to your house so you don't need to come to the crazy store. If any of you have been to the store this past week, you know what it's like. Hey Danny. Hi Tina. Okay guys, let's get to it. So today's lesson is going to be on leak prevention and what to do when you spring a leak. Let me take my sunglasses off here. So I've received numerous is kind of an understatement. Let's just say a lot of frantic emails and phone calls and voicemails saying my pool sprung a leak. What do I do? I can't stop this from leaking. What do I do? So that is why we're doing today's lesson. So make sure you pay attention, ask any questions. If you have any questions after the video, feel free. Sorry guys, I gotta put my sunglasses back on. Feel free to leave me a message in the comments, or also if you need this video, it will be on our I can't wait to get in my pool either, Rebecca. Oh, you got the exclamation tank. You're so close. Anyway, if you guys need to watch this video over again, it's going to be in our Facebook videos. So you can go back and watch whatever pool lessons you want to watch. Funny story, the first pool lesson that I did for you, which was about starting up your pool and what to do after a rainstorm. After I ended the video, one of my hoses popped off of my pool. So even though I consider myself a guru of pool care, one of my hoses did pop off of my pool, so it can happen to anyone. So that's where we're going to start. So the first thing that I have done is make sure when the weather changes, we had that really cold spell and then it went to really hot. Make sure you go out and tighten up your clamps if your pool is already set up. I'll show you on mine. My husband's my assistant today. So I use the wire clamps. You want to make sure that your hoses are the whole way up onto the combo hose fitting. Don't put them at the end because then that gives you a better chance of it popping off and leaking. And you will see I have the hose clamp up towards the top. We want to make sure that's nice and tight. You want to do that on all of your hose fittings. You can see this one here. I have nice and tight up on there. This is an 1.5 inch hose. Down here, which I don't know if you guys can see, on my pump, again, nice and tight up to the shutoff valve with a hose clamp. And I do have some air in my filter, which I have to take care of later. But after you get everything all nice and snug, any hose fittings, I guess we should have went over this first. Any hose fittings, hi Pam, that you put in your pool, or unions, or shutoff valves, or anything, slice valves, you want to make sure that you wrap them. Believe it or not, you can get a leak from wrapping too much Teflon tape on your unions and hose fittings and everything like that. It doesn't give you a good seal, and then you'll end up having a leak. So, rule of thumb is to wrap around. Now, for those of you that don't know, Teflon tape is this white plumber's tape. You want to wrap it around the threads 3 times. So that's 3 layers on each one of these threads, and you want to wrap it really, really tight. Go around once, twice, 3 times on the whole threaded area. Then you can go ahead and use lube tube, which we're going to go over later what that is and how to use it. I know, crazy. And you're going to put that on there and go ahead and twist that in, and it'll give you a nice tight seal so you don't have leaks at your pump. All right, so now we're going to go over, oh, guys, biggest thing, have an extra hose or 2 on hand. So if for some reason you do spring a leak in your hose, then you can go ahead and change them out, and your pool is not going to lose a lot of water. We have so many people that call and they've sprung a leak in their hose and they don't have any at home, but what they should be doing is hurry up, come to the store and get a hose to replace it. So just make sure you have a few of those on hand at all times. They're pretty cheap. I think 6-footer is like $12.99. And make sure you have a couple extra clamps as well. Over the years, they can rust and snap apart. Yeah, so hoses and clamps. All right, now we're gonna go over to the deck. It'll just be a second here. Okay, so we're at the pool. Another prevention for, there we go. Oh, I'm right in the sun. Other preventions for getting leaks in the pool. We're going to talk about your liner. Now this year, any of you that have, what is going on with this sun? We'll go this way. Any of you that have tried to get a liner or get a liner installed, oh, thanks, Patty. Patty loves our yard. Telling my husband because he loves it too. Anyone who's tried to get a liner this year, they are very scarce. So I want to make sure that those who did get a liner this year, or you need a new liner in the future, you take these precautions so you don't get a leak later on down the road. Okay, first thing is, before you put your liner down, you want to get something that's called Armor Shield. It looks like this. This is just a sample, but it comes in the size of your pool. So it comes in a big circle, kind of like how a solar cover would come, but it's already cut to size. You can install it yourself or have our installers do it for you. This is rough on one side and soft on the other. It's going to prevent any rocks, roots. A lot of bugs do not like this. So that is going to help prevent a lot of leaks that would get into your liner from anything outside of the pool. The next thing is, if you're replacing a liner, get the wall foam. This little piece of foam, yes, it's extra insulation, so your water stays warmer, but it's going to protect your liner from any damage that happens to your pool wall. So if you are weed whacking around the pool and a stone pops up and hits the side of the pool, and that starts to rust, that's not going to affect your liner if you have this barrier in between your liner and your pool wall. So this is wall foam. The other thing was Armor Shield. Armor Shield goes for like about $100 some, depending on the pool size. And Valley has it in stock right now. We do have, I believe we still have all sizes in stock, but this is Armor Shield. And then the wall foam comes in a roll, and that is also depending on the size of your pool. And that I think starts at $70 and goes up depending on your pool size. Another big leak prevention, is once you have the pool all set up. Mine's a little dirty. We took off the solar cover and leaves got all in the pool. But if you have the pool all together, you just got a new ladder, you're getting ready to put it in the pool, do you have a ladder mat? I'm going to say 75% of people who have leaks in their liners, it comes from underneath the ladder or step unit. That's because that's where the most pressure is in your pool, with people getting in and out constantly. So I'm going to try to hold you over the pool without dropping my phone in the pool. You can see that I have one underneath my step unit, and that's going to protect my liner from any rough edges on the ladder and any pressure that is underneath the ladder. So before you put your ladder or your step unit in the pool, go ahead and put your ladder mat down. And these come in little boxes, starting at a 9x24, and they go the whole way up to I wrote this down so I remember, 56x48. So you can even put it under wedding cake steps, the big step units that have the rounded corners. We have big enough ones for that. These start at $7.99, guys. This is a $7.99 insurance policy for your liner. So if you don't have one, make sure you get one. Just slides underneath the liner. Once you have the ladder, it slides under the ladder. Once you have the ladder weighted down, then it's not going to move on you. And it's a very thick, kind of like a resin vinyl kind of, polyurethane kind of, not polyurethane. Anyway, it's thicker than you think. So if you want, we have them in the store. You can always open it up, see what they are. A lot of the bigger ones aren't even in boxes, so you can touch and feel and see what they are. Okay. Earlier I talked about lube tube, and I am going to go over this just to humor a few of my customers and my staff. So, lube tube. This is what you put on all... I'm going to stop right there. Janelle said she has so much trouble weighing down her steps. Did you use our anchor weights? They're new anchor weights. They came in, I think, about 2 years ago. You put sand in them and you can tie them to the back of your steps or your ladder. Also, depending on what steps you have, like I have the curve unit, I filled mine with sand, which is what the instructions say, and I have no problems with that. So let us know. We can always help you out with that. But the anchor weights, they're on sale right now. I think they're $12 a piece, and they just take 50 pounds of sand each. You can go ahead and just dump the sand in there. We have everything at Valley, so you can get it all at once and then get your ladder to stay down. Guys, back to lube tube. This is going to be your lifesaver. Lube tube is great when you're putting together your skimmer, when you're putting your O-rings in your filtering system. You do not want to use Vaseline. You don't want to use... Here they come. I told you, my road is very, very noisy. It's very quiet any other time except for when I'm doing videos. Anyway, you put this on your O-rings in your filter and your pump at the beginning of every season, and when they start to look a little bit dry, when you clean your filtering system, make sure you put a heavy dose of this on it. Do not use Vaseline. You don't want to use a petroleum-based anything on the O-rings because it does make them swell. You want to use a water-based, so you can make sure that you keep your chlorinators and filters, and even if you have the Frog Leap unit, the infuser, you want to make sure you put some of that on all of the O-rings. O-rings, gaskets, when you're putting in the hose fittings, that helps too. Okay, so we went over prevention. We went over what happens if you get a leak. Now, here is what happens when you get a leak in the liner. I have been fortunate to not have that with this pool, which I better knock on wood right now. But these are things that you want to have at your home in case of an emergency. A pool emergency kit. So, number one, when you get a leak in your vinyl liner, we have what's called leak-filled dye testers. If you know around where the leak is, so say you know that it's coming out around where the ladder is, the only problem is you have to get in the pool. This is a good thing to make the teenagers do. Get in the pool. You're going to use this little syringe. You want to be within a foot of where you think the leak is, and you watch the dye. This is navy blue dye. It almost looks black. You can see the dye get sucked into the leak, so you know where to put it. These are awesome. We've been selling these for years. This will show you if you have a lot of leaks or if there's just one that's just giving you some trouble, maybe at the seams or anything like that. If you do have a leak at the seam of your liner, which is where the wall meets the floor, you can patch it, but you do want to start looking for a new liner. Sorry, guys. Okay, the other thing you want to have on hand, let me turn it around here, is a vinyl repair kit. The vinyl repair kits right now, if you guys remember me talking about the summer booklet that's on our website, if you go to valleypoolspa.com and look for promotions and coupons, you will see our book that has everything that's on sale right now, and that expires on June 6th, I believe. So you guys have about one more week or so to get those deals. But this is one of the items that are in there because everyone needs to keep a vinyl repair kit at their home in case of emergencies. And in this kit, you get a pretty big, 4 ounces of vinyl adhesive, which can be used underwater as well as out of the water. You get, I'm gonna have Andrew hold this for me. You get a pretty big 2 pieces of blue vinyl. And these are pretty thick. I would say they're about as thick as a 20 mil liner. So these are pretty big, guys. You can see it's about 3 foot by 1 foot. It looks, maybe. But they're pretty big. You also get, I believe there's 2 of these too. Yes, there is. You also get 2 clear patches, same size, they're huge. So this could get you through a couple leaks. Now here's the biggest tip. Whenever you're cutting this to the size of the leak, you obviously want to cut a lot bigger than what the leak is, but you want to cut in a, let me show you on the blue ones. You want to cut in a circle or an oval, and the reason for that is you can get a better, it'll adhere better to the vinyl, so you don't have the corners poking up where the kids love to like pick at them or play with their toes on them. So you want to make sure you do a circle or an oval. Cut it to size. You want to go ahead and just throw that down there. Put glue on the inside. Go heavy with the glue. Don't be stingy. The more glue, the better. Hold it, fold it in half, put it down under the water, and then press it out and press all the bubbles out so it's nice and smooth. So that is how you repair the hole in your liner. And we do, like I said, we do have a ton of these vinyl repair kits at the store. And right now they're on sale for $10. So I believe that's like a $4 savings. So that's pretty good. These leak kits, leak detection kits, they are $7.99. So guys, seriously, for 17 bucks, you could save your summer in your pool and not hear the kids cry because you can't find a liner to replace the pool. Okay, so pool first aid kits. Yeah, seriously, Lisa's idea, Lisa Stein's idea. She gets to market that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick pool lesson. I know I talk a lot. Trust me, my husband's shaking his head right now and he says, yes, she does. But I hope you learned something. If you want to be entered to win the Valley Pools Fun Prize, go ahead and make a comment. I will let this roll for a couple minutes more just so you can get in there. And I am going to pull a winner probably in the next hour. We still haven't eaten dinner, so I'm going to go eat dinner and then we'll pull a winner. Stacy, how does the leak kit work? So, ooh, are you talking about this one? The leak dye tester? We'll see if she answers. Oh, you're welcome, Missy. Like I said, we're going to try to do these every week. I'm going to try to be your pool girl this summer. If there's something that you want to learn, please message me because we'll do different things every week to make sure that you know what's going on. Stacy said, yes, this is what she was talking about. This is just a dye syringe with a very long, like straw looking thing on the end. You put it on the end. You want to make sure you're at least 12 inches, about a foot, 12 inches is a foot, away from where you think the leak is. And then the dye will go straight to the hole. So you want the water to be pretty still. If you are in the water, stay still and then just push the dye out. And the dye, you can see in the picture, will go right to where the leak is. And then that way you'll know where it is so you can patch it. And you can also get refills for these. We have, I think they're 8 ounce or 6 ounce bottles of the refill dye. So if you do have one of these at home, we do have the refill dye for it. So you can have that on hand as well. My hose is leaking from the filter to the pool. How do you stop that? Tina, first of all, you want to check your fittings. Make sure there aren't any cracks in the fittings. You want to make sure that you do a double if one clamp is not working. And you also want to go back and watch the beginning of this video. I showed you how the hoses should be way up. I don't have a combo hose fitting here with me, but way up on the hose fitting. You don't want it to be at the end. If you want to try to, my husband's gonna go try and run for it. Look at him running. Anyway, you want to try to put the hose the whole way on the combo hose fitting so nothing can get through. If you want, you can go ahead and send me some pictures. I can take a look at them. You can send them on here. You can send them on. He did. He got it. So this is a hose fitting. This is a barbed hose fitting. The reason why they call it that is because of these little nubbies on the end that keep your hose from sliding off. A lot of you probably have the smooth ones that have 1.5 inches and then 1.25 inches. Those are called combo hose fittings. They work perfectly fine too. This is just what I have on hand. But you want to make sure that your hose is as close to this end or this collar as you possibly can. A lot of times you can put that in warmer water to expand it, and then it's easier to put on the hose fitting. All right, guys, if you have any more questions, go ahead and message them to me on the Valley Pools page or make a comment here, or you can go ahead and email any of us. All of our emails are on valleypoolspa.com, or you could just stop in the store. I will give you a heads up. The store is pretty busy. When you go there, make sure you know what you're getting. You can get your water tested. Even though the store is busy, I shouldn't even say that because you will only wait in line 20 to 25 minutes in most stores. So it's not that bad. This is our busiest season. So please be patient. Please be kind. Know that we are there working for you. We want to make sure that you get the most out of your pool. And Pam, we may go over algae next week, but I will help you off the camera with that later on. So thanks everyone for watching. We're going to pull a winner in about an hour, and then I will message you for your address so I can send you out your prize package. All right, thanks everyone. Remember to go to Valley Pools and get your water tested. Thanks, bye.